So apparently when I started to record this, somebody decided to have their driveway done 3 houses down. So if that happens in the background, it'll just make me even more pissed off at this referee and these judges. You know, I didn't get into the judging and the referees enough in my breakdown. But this fight right here, more than Jose Aldo, more than Carlos Esparza, you know, say what you will, I thought Carlos Esparza won that fight. That was competitive. This fight was a full blown robbery. Like if you were to show me a fight to convince me that the UFC is rigged, this is the perfect fight to show somebody. Um, like, okay, watch when I watch this fight live, I literally rewatched this fight during the commercial. Right? And then I rewatched it before recording this video twice. I probably watched this fight at least like 8 times to try and understand what the hell happened. Like, so, I assume most of you watching this watch these fights live, sadly. Except for Buckley and Thompson and the main event. We all sat through this together and experienced this as fight fans. You might say I'm being dramatic. I don't give a shit. But, let me just pull this up here. I got the stats, and then, oh, god damn it. There we go. I'm gonna pull up the stats, and then, we're gonna pull up Dana's interview at the post-fight press conference, a little bit of that, and we're gonna talk about that, we're gonna talk about the fight, and then I pulled up the scorecard for the entire event. And I think it might be fun for us to just go through it and in the comments, like any fight you want. You can comment on every fight, you can comment on one. But like to you, what was the most egregious decision? Whether you agreed with it, whether you disagreed with it. Like, I want to know from other people who watch this fight live what they truly thought about this fight in particular, as well as the whole card. But, anyways, so, Cesar Almeida won, like I said, unanimous decision 30-27. To me, I thought Poteria at least won round one. And I thought with, the 4 eye pokes and 2 nut shots that Almeida had in round two, the referee would have taken a point away. And like, as a judge, when you see that in the fight, as well as the fact, he was getting good strikes in on his own Poteria. The other thing is, whenever he was getting any kind of advantage in the clinch, the referee would break it up. Like, I don't think they were grappling in this fight for more than 30 seconds at a time. Like, the referee that did this fight, right? And I pulled it up here. Dave Segerstead, and they said it during the fight. Um, Apparently he's brand new, which clearly showed, like, your only logical explanation for the officiating, and we're gonna talk about the referee now, and I'm gonna go off on this guy mainly because this construction pissed me off while I was trying to record this earlier. But dear God, like he was straight out of boxing. Well, like I mean, I guess the better um it'd be better to call him a kickboxing referee, but that no, it was like every clinch, I every clinch was broken up. Any advantage that Forteria got, whether it was against the cage on the ground, the referee would break it up. But he wouldn't stop the fight for a clear eye poke. And, as the referee, I get it. You might miss things here and there. But you are the closest person to the fight. The fight you're supposed to be refereeing. I don't know. Maybe refing a fight is part of your job as a referee. But, like, he was closer than anybody to these fighters, and he somehow doesn't see the eye poke. And then he waits an extra few seconds to break it up because of the nut shot. And then it wasn't until the second nut shot where he gave Poteria a minute. He only gave him like 13 seconds or something like that in the second. Um, like, dude, Poteria, like, he was grappling effectively, and this is what made this fight that more hilarious and sad at the same time. Like, this is the exact opposite issue we had in Mario Batista, where Mario Batista was clinching and doing nothing with it. And they let him do that the entire fight. Poteria was grappling effectively, but he got separated every 15 seconds against the kickboxer. Um, which Cesar Almeida, we can talk about his last performance, right? Um, I won't deny he's a high level kickboxer, but do you really think he's gonna survive against the top 10, let alone Dricus? I mean, even if Dricus loses to Sean O'Malley, or not Sean O'Malley, Sean Strickland, or he loses to the winner of Hamza Whitaker, do you see Cesar Almeida being any threat to him without this referee? Like, he got exposed in his last fight, and I want to make sure I'm thinking of the right fight. I forgot the fighter's name. Yeah, Kopolov. Um, he got completely exposed in that fight. He's a kickboxer. We know that, high level kickboxer. Like I said, um, he clearly has a hole in his grappling. Which, by the way, when he was grappling, he went for that guillotine. He does have really good grappling, which only makes you wonder how good Pereira's grappling is. Because Cesar Almeida trains with Glover and Pereira. Um, until, okay, this is a complete side tangent. I know, um, if you don't like Pereira, you're sick of hearing him. Too bad. Like, I really wonder. I don't know if Ankalaev is the right test. I think Tom Aspinall would definitely be the test. I really wonder, after the few years he's been with Glover Teixeira, how well his grappling is. And like, okay, the thing is, in the UFC, right? With this, with this fight even, with uh, referee douchebag, we'll, we'll get to after I make this point. Um, like in middleweight, there's definitely more grappling. It's like middleweight right now. You look at Dricus to Hamza Whitaker. Like I said, um, Almeida, as much as I like Glover Teixeira and Pereira and the camp they've built, the team they built, really, I should say. I don't see this guy making it in the top 10. Do you? I don't even see him making it in the top 15 without this judge. But, yeah. David Selgerstad. Um, you know what? Let's just pull up a picture of him. Why not? Why not? This guy, I don't know much about him, but dear God, yeah, this is a photo I picked for the title, but this one is better. Dude, I have never seen. Oh, this is his Sir Dog. I didn't even know he was. Oh wait, never mind. For a minute, I thought like this was his fight career. Um, well, yeah, they have a few of his decisions here. Oh, they only put the Almeida Porterio fight there, but yeah, this guy does not know how to referee a fight. How long has he even been in the UFC? Um, they said he was new. He's been in there for 2 years. Well, okay, that's kind of sketchy. But, dude, this guy either, like I said, he either had money on that fight or the UFC told him, do not let Proterio win this fight. They must have told the judges that too. Like, like I said, like this is the most fixed UFC fight I have ever seen. If you want to see a fight, if you want to say that a fight is fixed, but yeah, I I don't know what else to say. Like this guy was right next to it. He was right next to the action, and he did nothing. But to end this off, I just want to watch a little bit of Dana's press conference. Um, yeah, he like hey, the press conference. Why I bring it up is that if you watch the UFC for years, especially in the early days, you know Dana White does not shy away from voicing his opinion on the officials, on the refs. Like the Steve Mazzagatti rant is my favorite rant from anybody ever. But anyways, I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna end this video off watching a little bit of this. I'll tell you what I think, and yeah. But like this coming from Dana White himself proved how brutal this card was.
And the way he's done it, I mean, this guy destroys everybody.
And then the last question: what did you think of the judging in the co-main event? I mean, it seemed to me.
I thought your judging tonight was atrocious. Yeah. Felt like I was at a boxing match in Ireland tonight.
You know, right here.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the appeals of
Like, he completely blows over it there, but I forgot where it is. He does get into it more. But this is Dana White, like I said. And the guy that doesn't shy away from uh, voicing his opinion when controversies like this go down. And I'm kind of screwing him over by where I paused the video. But if you give me a second, I think it's around here.
Gets tougher, you know, and Julie.
you showed her on the split screen when Juliana was getting the belt wrapped around.
Okay, we're gonna sit here.
But Ratner walked in right after it happened.
There it is.
Almeida, Ego Protaria fight where
Yeah,
kept
he
resetting
he
them.
gets asked
I
about
don't
it
know if
here.
it's turned.
Originally he was talking about Mario Batista versus Jose Aldo in that fight, and even him, what he was saying, the the rules. If that's as a referee, how you interpret the rules, you have something wrong with you. That's not effective grappling. But if you want to hear more about what I thought about that fight, I uploaded that video before this. Um, go check that out. Maybe I'll leave it in the description if I'm not lazy. But yeah, let's continue watching.
Turning it on, but it's just another level when you get here. They feel it, you know, you feel it. You fucking rot away in the PFL for years or the fucking Bellator and shit, and then you finally get here, you feel it.
And then, not the judging, but what did you make of the referee in the Cesar Almeida Ego Protaria fight where he kept resetting them? There were like 4 eye pokes. There was a low blow.
Yeah, I missed that. I was in my room and we were talking to people, and I know, but Ratner walked in right after it happened and was like, yeah, that ain't happening again tonight.
And then I'm curious your take on this because I asked Roman and Kayla about this in the Roman Leeds Kevin Holland fight when he broke his ribs.
So right there, Dana didn't even watch this fight, and when I heard that, first of all, I was blown away. Like, I get it. Dana White was running the business. He needs to make sure everything is running smoothly. But dear God, when your boss says, I didn't even watch the fight, but he immediately had people running to him saying how bad it was. And like, I really want to know what his opinion on that fight will be in later press conferences. But yeah, this whole entire night, like I mean, I did the old video earlier, and we still have like a few more fights. I want to do one on Esparza because, you know, even though that was the closest fight out of them all, I thought Esparza got fucking robbed there. And the more time that goes on, and we're only barely a week off of this pay-per-view, right? I get more and more pissed off at these fights. But for Cesar Almeida, he definitely has some kind of privilege. After a win like that, he should not be pushed, but he will be because he has connections to Pereira. He's in middleweight. They want a striker out there. They have a lot of grapplers, like I said, which I think will be a problem. But yeah, this fight was a full-blown robbery on every level of a fight you can think of. Like, the only way it gets worse is if Cesar Almeida pops and this becomes a no contest. That's the only way this fight ages any worse. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments what did you think about this fight? What, and I know you don't really care about the fight. What do you think about, like, the refs? And like I said, man, in my other video, these judges, man. Oh, before I go, I remembered. I said I would go through the entire scorecard of the night. Um, let's do it really quickly. Court McGee, Tim Means, first round submission, doesn't need a card. Great performance by Court McGee. Carlos Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. So the three judges we had on this magnificent night: Saul D'Amato, Stephen Farragher. Remember that name, Stephen Farragher, because to me, his scorecards on this event were the most fucking confusing I've ever seen. And I've been watching fights for years. I remember GSP versus Johnny Hendricks, even though I didn't watch it live. I probably watched every fight in the UFC, whether live or on Fight Pass. This judge, oh my god. Anyways, so Saudi Amato had it 29-28, Tisha Pennington, having Pennington win first and second. I had Esparza winning the first and third, that's just me, but a lot of people, I know Weezer said that he thought Tisha Pennington won. I heard that a lot of people thought Esparza got robbed. Maybe it was because it was a retirement fight. Well, when I watched it, and every time I watch it again, Carlo won that fight. The weirdest one though is Dan First in this fight had it 30-27, which there's no fucking way that fight was 30-27. Then you have Ryan Spann versus Open St. Perillo. First on guillotine, Singer Court McGee, no scorecard. Now we're getting to the Cesar Almeida card. Cesar Almeida versus Portela scorecards. The topic of this video, right? So, Stephen Farragher has it. Has Almeida winning every round 10-9, 30-27. Quick Squeak has Almeida winning the first, the second, and Portela winning the third. Dan First has it 10-9 every round. Almeida. I don't know why my brain turned off there. But, yeah. That, to me, along with, I think it was, the referee was more outrageous. Like the eye pokes, the nut shots, the breakups of any clinch. That's more egregious than the scorecard, obviously, because that's physical damage, right? Like, losing the fight means he gets less money. And as a fighter who does this for a job, that sucks. But to be nutshot and eye poked multiple times, it's not really good for your career. Yeah. Then we get to Austin Hubbard versus Alexander Hernandez. A great fight. I'm gonna start with Dan first. He had it 29-28 Hernandez. Stephen Farragher had it 29-28 Hernandez. And then Chris Lee has a 30-27 Austin Hubbard. How do we get two 29-28s and one 30-27s? Like, maybe we need more judges. Maybe we need to be like boxing and have 5 of them. But then we'll probably just get 5 even more fucked up and confusing scorecards. Um, then I'm getting lost here. We get to Marina Rodriguez versus Lucindo. I don't even want to try and pronounce her first name. Farker had it 29-28. Rodriguez. Mike Bell had it 29-28. Lucindo and was Dan first had it for Lucindo. But Mike Bell had Lucindo winning the first, while Dan first and Stephen Farger had Rodriguez winning the first, and then Farger, Mike Bell had like they all had her winning the second, which to me is weird. Like, I don't know. There's no way to me when I watch that fight, when I watched it back. Like I said, I gave Kawa the last round, but I don't know. You get to regardless though. Like this fight had multiple eye pokes, whatever it is. We're not talking about that. I already talked about that. Stephen Thompson walking Buckley. It didn't need to go to judges, obviously, but Derek Quayle had 1-1 apiece. Saul Diamaro had it 2-0 Buckley, and then Stephen Farger had it 2-0 Thompson. But with that fight, though, I really did think Thompson. I thought Thompson was winning the first 2 rounds, if I'm being honest. Very competitive, though. We get to Caitlin Vieira versus Kayla Harris. Derek Clearly and Saul Diamaro had it 30-27. Kayla Harris. Stephen Farger gave the only one that I agreed with 29-28. I did give Caitlin Vieira the second, but I mean overall that was a dominant performance. Then we get to Roman DeWetze versus Kevin Holland. Saul Diamano rigged Kevin Owens' rib, and that's how he ruined that fight. With the help of Dave Selridge. Then we get to Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. Now, I should have brought this up in my video that I made on this fight, but Dana clearly had it 29-28 Batista. Mike Bell had it 29-28 Batista. But this time though, unlike the other fucking like 4 fights, Mike Bell and Derek Quayle scored the fight the same. Chris Sway gave Aldo the second and the third, which I thought he won the second and the third easily. But I mean, then again, that's a combination of the referee and the fact that Mario Batista did fuck all for 60% of that fight. You get into the co-main event, which I would say is like it's like the third most controversial decision, in my opinion. Well, like, I mean, if we had any of these fights on any other card, just one of them, like, You would never hear the end of it. Even if it was like a card like UFC 300. If we had one of these decisions or one of these performances, people would talk about this card, these fights a lot more. But dear God, like I said, this pay-per-view was horrible. Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. So, Saul Diamano had it. Pena in the first, Pena in the second, Pena in the third, and then Pennington in the fourth and fifth. Derek Coyley had it. Pennington in round one, Pena in rounds 2 and 3, and Pennington in round 4 and 5. Which to me, that's how I saw the fight. Yeah, like it's okay if you have one here, like one bad decision here and there. But like when you have, how many fights is this? 1, 2. I wouldn't classify the no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 decisions on this card that the MMA community as a whole just completely don't fucking understand. The scoring, the judging, it's not clear anymore. But anyways, I didn't expect this video to be 30 minutes, but it was. Yeah, this was the most rigged UFC fight of all time that we know of. If you watched this entire video, thank you. Let me know in the comments, like I said. And yeah. We're not even done talking about the rest of the fights.